Saddle up, coffee connoisseurs, because today we're going to be reviewing the Nothing But Try Hard Labor Roast by Wrangler Coffee Company. Let's get into it. The Nothing But Try Hard Labor Roast was inspired by the heart and grit of the Nothing But Try Ranch and their champion bowls. And I personally cannot wait to get into this coffee. I can smell it already, and it's going to be awesome. So let's get into it. Oh my gosh, I just got a very potent smell of this coffee, and I can't wait. Oh, this coffee has a bit of an elegant scent to it. What I notice is that this has a really good traditional kind of medium roast scent to it right off the jump. But then I'm also noticing a little bit of a fruity and kind of a citrus kind of scent to it. It's also got a faint hint of sweetness. I'm really interested to see what this coffee is going to taste like once it's brewed. If it tastes how it smells, this is going to be a truly elegant cup of coffee. This Colombian single origin medium roast is built for those who rise early, work hard, and never quit. Smooth yet strong, this coffee promises a wild ride. So, coffee connoisseurs, what do you say we go get this brewing and see if it delivers up to that promise? While we wait for this coffee to brew, let's talk a little bit about Wrangler Coffee Company. Wrangler Coffee is about more than just great tasting coffee. They're about the quiet hours before the sun rises and the rest of the world wakes up. They live for the simple things and savor the quiet moments. Their mission is to fuel you with freshly roasted specialty coffee that'll give you a smooth taste of the Old West in each cup. Every order from Wrangler Coffee Company donates $1 to the EQUUS Foundation. The EQUUS Foundation is the only national animal welfare charity 100% dedicated to safeguarding the comfort and dignity of America horses throughout their lives and sharing their magic and power with as many people as possible. The mission of the EQUUS Foundation is to protect America's horses and strengthen the bond between human and horse. Wrangler Coffee Company asks whether you purchase coffee from them or not that you please consider supporting the EQUUS Foundation. Wrangler Coffee Company's slogan is drink for the horses, ride for the brand. And when it comes to Wrangler Coffee Company, I'm ride or die. And that's because Wrangler Coffee Company is one of my preferred coffee companies to order from, period. I know the quality is always going to be there. I've never had a bad bag of coffee from Wrangler Coffee Company. I've enjoyed all of the coffee that I've tried from them. And they have been so kind, so generous, and so supportive of me and this channel. Even back in the earlier days of this channel before I really found my flow and my rhythm. Back in the old videos that I sometimes visibly cringe when I rewatch. And for all of the kindness and support and generosity that Wrangler Coffee Company has shown me, all I can say is thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. But coffee connoisseurs, I can't wait to try this coffee. So what do you say we go get a cup of coffee? So I finally have a cup of this much anticipated coffee in front of me. I can't wait to try it. Cheers everyone. Cheers to my friends at Wrangler. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good cup of coffee. Wow. Upon sipping this coffee, the first thing that I notice is that it is smooth with a mild sweetness to it. And then I'm getting a citrus like flavor that almost wants to turn fruity. And then when I swallow and my breath comes back and hits my palate, I'm getting a delightful coffee flavor. This is fantastic. And this has already been a wild ride. It's already living up to the promise, in my opinion. I really don't want to sweeten this coffee. I want to drink this cup exactly how it is. But for the sake of the channel, what do you say we go throw a little bit of sweetener in it and see how it changes the body and dynamic of this coffee? Because I am curious. So I'm back. I topped off my coffee, threw a little bit of stevia in it to sweeten it. I'm really curious to see what it's done, so let's find out. Wow, that changed. Oh my gosh. That's really cool. Wow. So the first thing that I noticed upon sipping this coffee sweetened is that it is still incredibly smooth, but that hint of citrus is now the predominant flavor, and it is very pleasant. It definitely has like an orange zest kind of flavor coming through to it. I'm also getting a hint of kind of like a berry flavor, and it ends with a little bit of a sweetness. I'm still getting a little bit of a coffee flavor on my palate when my breath comes back and hits my palate after I swallow it, but that citrus is definitely dominating in a very pleasant way. What a wild ride. I was not expecting that at all. I want to say this because this coffee is just absolutely blowing my mind. When we sweetened this coffee, it almost tastes more like a tea than a coffee. And I don't mean that in a condescending way. I mean, I'm thoroughly impressed and surprised in the most pleasant way. This is a really cool coffee. This is just, it's just blowing my mind. So even though I didn't want to sweeten this coffee, I'm really glad that I did because wow, what a wild and awesome experience. I really don't want to go and throw a little bit of creamer in it, but we're going to because now I have to know what it's going to do to the dynamic and body of this coffee. So let's go throw a little bit of creamer in it. So I'm back. I threw a little bit of skim milk in my coffee to substitute for the creamer. Creamer is not really my thing. Really curious and quite frankly excited to see how it's changed the body and dynamic of this coffee. So let's find out. That's cool. I just can't get over this. So, tasting this coffee with a little bit of creamer in it actually reminds me more of how it tasted with just a little bit of sweetener in it, but a little bit of a milder, more toned down version. Upon sipping it, I'm noticing that it is still very smooth. The citrus kind of orange zest flavor is definitely dialed back, but it is still more present. The fruity kind of berry tasting note is actually a little bit more present with the creamer. It's actually coming through that citrusy zest tasting note a little bit more. Once I swallow and my breath comes back and hits my palate, I'm noticing more of a hint of sweetness, but that sweetness is a little bit more defined as like a very mild chocolatey taste. All in all, what a wild ride. And this coffee is truly elegant. I am completely impressed. I am absolutely mind blown. What a delightful cup of coffee, and what a delightful experience this has been. This coffee promised a wild ride, and it lived up to that, and then some. My expectations were completely blown out of the water. My flappers are gasted. My mind is blown. What a magnificent coffee and what a magnificent experience this was. I'm so glad that I chose this coffee. I'm so glad and so honored to feature this coffee on the channel. This has been an awesome experience. I chose this coffee because the name really stood out to me, and that was before I actually understood the inspiration behind the name. Nothing but try hard labor. As somebody that's been in manufacturing and a machinist for almost 10 years now, I'm no stranger to labor, and I'm no stranger to trying hard. I try hard every single day. I spent a long time telling myself that I hated machining, and to an extent, I kind of do. It's one part physical and one part mental. And so when I come home after a long and hard day, I'm mentally drained, I'm physically exhausted, I'm sore, and it just leaves not much there. But this career is kind of like the mafia. Even when you get out, you're never really out. And I left machining for general manufacturing once. And now I run a CNC plasma cutter because you're never truly out. And I looked at my coworker the other day with a big smile on my face and said, man, it feels great to be back in the saddle. I really missed this stuff. And I did. And I really missed doing these coffee videos when I took my break. So it feels really great to be back in the saddle, in machining, and doing these reviews. And I want to give one last big and special thank you and shout out to Wrangler Coffee Company. They basically sponsored this video. I was going to order from them because it had been, in my opinion, far too long since I'd featured their coffee on my channel, especially because they are one of my favorite coffee companies. And because they've shown me kindness and support before, I wanted to reach out to them prior to placing my order to see if there was anything that they would like to see featured on the channel. And this coffee was one of the ones that they recommended to me. And that's literally all I wanted, just to show a little bit of love back. And they offered to send it to me, completely free. I was not looking for free stuff. So again, I want to give a big shout out and thank you to my friends at Wrangler Coffee Company for sponsoring this video. And if you're watching this, please be assured that this coffee was fantastic. Just because they showed me kindness doesn't mean that they get a free pass. I'm an honest man, and I have integrity. If this coffee wasn't up to par, I would say that. But this coffee was elegant, and it absolutely blew my mind. If you want to try Wrangler coffee, I'll have a link to their website in the description of this video. I'll also include a link to the EQUUS Foundation if you want to check that out as well. But coffee connoisseurs, I think that's about all the time that I have today for coffee review videos. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like on it and hit that subscribe button. I drop a new coffee video every Sunday morning at 6 a.m. Eastern Time, so it'll be ready and waiting for you to enjoy with your morning coffee if you so choose to. Thank you very much for watching this video and spending a little bit of your time with me. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate you all. I really hope to catch you all on the next video, but until then, have a beautiful day, and peace out, coffee connoisseurs. I'm going to cheat and use some scissors because I don't want to break this bag and spill this coffee and waste any of this coffee because I feel like this is going to be, I guess I'll just throw that anywhere. A fantastic cup. This Colombian single origin cheat sheets. Lots of them this time. The EQUUS Foundation is the only animal welfare. Please cool down. I very much want to try you. Why did the cowboy refuse to drink any coffee except for Wrangler Coffee Company? Because he heard it was the only coffee company that donates to the welfare of horses. It's a joke, but it's really not. I want to say this because it's absolutely blowing my mind. Words, man, come on. This is just so cool. So I also... Words, man, they're not that hard. Come on. Zelda says hi to our friends at Wrangler. Do you like that? You want to smell? No? Okay. I'm kind of at a loss for words, and I don't really know how to end this video. This coffee completely threw me off of my game. What just happened?